Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hi everyone, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood and welcome back to my official channel. I have to be completely honest with you guys right now. I am running on absolutely zero sleep. It is the middle of the night and I have been staring at my screen for hours just trying to process everything that is happening this week because it is a lot. It is just so much, and I am typing this as fast as my fingers can physically move because you all need to know what just went down at Forrester Creations. So grab a coffee or whatever you need because this is going to be a massive brain dump. I am not even going to bother editing this. I just need to get the raw facts out to you before I completely crash. So let us just set the scene right now. The atmosphere at Forrester Creations is already toxic, like completely unbreathable. You can literally feel the tension in the walls, and it makes sense because everything is falling apart. Ridge and Brooke just crashed Katie and Bill's press conference. They completely ruined the Logan fashion preview because Bill is out there claiming that Eric abandoned Katie and that the Logans have the right to use Eric's designs. And Bill is just being so smug about it. He is telling his own son, Will, that you cannot steal something you own, which is just classic Phil Spencer logic. Right, so Ridge is already furious. He is walking around the building with his blood boiling. He nearly came to blows with Bill. His stress levels are through the roof. And then you have Steffy, poor Steffy. She is dealing with a nightmare on every single front. She just hired Melissa Dillon to be the new receptionist. And Elektra is acting completely psychotic about it. Elektra is throwing massive tantrums in the showroom, screaming at Dillon to quit. And Steffi had to sit there and tell her cousin to just stick her chin out and move on. Because Steffi is the boss. But Elektra and Ivy even stormed the CEO office to demand Steffi fire Dillon. And Steffi had to shut them down. Plus, Steffi is dealing with her mother. Taylor is still sneaking around with Deacon Sharp, even though Steffi threatened to cut Taylor out of the family entirely. So Steffi is just done. She has no patience left for anyone or anything. The whole family is just a powder keg waiting for a spark. But nobody expected the spark to come from Ivy Forrester. So here's what happened. Ridge is walking down the hallway. He is just trying to get a moment of peace. His head is pounding. He is thinking about Bill and Katie and the stolen designs. He is thinking about how to protect his father's legacy. And he is just tired. He is so tired of the fighting. But then he hears something, voices coming from the design room, and they are not just talking, they are arguing loudly. It is Ivy and Daphne. And Daphne is just a wreck right now. Daphne is carrying so much guilt because she knows what Ivy did. She saw Ivy steal the letter that Elektra left for Will. She knows Ivy has been manipulating this whole breakup. And Daphne is already super stressed in her personal life. She and Carter are trying to have a baby, and it is not happening as fast as they wanted. So they are facing possible infertility issues. And Daphne is just emotionally fragile. She cannot handle carrying this dark secret anymore. She knows it is wrong. She knows Will and Elektra actually love each other. And she is trying to tell Ivy to stop. But Ivy, oh my gosh, Ivy is just being so arrogant. She is standing there in the design room defending her actions. She thinks she knows what is best for Elektra. She thinks RJ is a better match for her. So she is just completely dismissing Daphne's concerns. She is telling Daphne to keep her mouth shut. She has been pressuring her for weeks. And Ivy is just so confident. She thinks she is untouchable because she is a Forrester. She thinks she can just play God with people's lives and get away with it. And the argument just keeps escalating. Daphne is crying. She is pleading. She is telling Ivy that they need to tell the truth because Will and Elektra are suffering. Will just had this huge fight with Elektra where he admitted he kissed Dylan. And Electra is devastated, and Will is fighting with RJ. And RJ is accusing Will of being a double agent for Bill. It is a huge mess. And Daphne knows that all of this pain is because of Ivy's meddling. And then it happens. Ivy just snaps. She loses her temper completely. And she yells. She literally screams it at the top of her lungs. She admits everything. She loudly confesses that she set the trap. She wanted Electra to misunderstand the situation. She wanted Electra to think Will betrayed her. She admits to stealing the letter. She admits to the whole sick, twisted scheme. She is just yelling about how she had to do it to save Electra from a Spencer. And Ridge is standing right outside the door. He hears every single word. Just imagine being Ridge in that moment. You are already fighting a war against the Spencers. You are already trying to protect your family. And you find out that your own niece, your own flesh and blood, is the one causing all this destruction from the inside. The betrayal is just absolute. It is a knife straight to his heart. Ridge loves his family. He protects his family. And to hear Ivy callously admit to destroying Will and Electra's relationship just for her own sick matchmaking games, it shatters him. The door literally flies open. Ridge bursts into the room, and he looks terrifying. I mean, we have seen Ridge angry before. We have seen him yell at Bill. We have seen him yell at Deacon. But this is different. This is a cold, dead anger. His face is like stone. His eyes are just burning holes into Ivy. The room goes completely silent, dead silent. Daphne freezes. She looks like she is going to pass out. And Ivy turns pale. All that arrogance, all that smug confidence, it just evaporates in an instant because she knows she is caught. There is no talking her way out of this. She cannot manipulate Ridge. He heard the whole thing. Ridge does not even yell at first. He just points a finger straight at the door. His hand is shaking with rage. And he tells her she is done. He tells her she has crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. He forbids her from taking another step inside Forrester Creations. He bans her right then and there. He tells her she is no longer welcome in this building. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. And then the tears start. Ivy just breaks down. She starts sobbing. These big, messy, desperate tears. She tries to step forward. She tries to explain. She says she was only trying to help Electra. She says Will is a Spencer and he is no good for her. She is begging Ridge to understand. She is begging him not to do this because Forrester Creations is her life. It is her identity. And he is just ripping it away from her. But Ridge is not buying it. He does not care about her tears. He does not care about her excuses. The tears are just too little too late. They are the tears of someone who got caught, not someone who is actually sorry. And Ridge knows that. He just looks at her with pure disgust. He tells her that she is the one destroying the family, not Will. Her. And right at that exact moment, the door opens again, and it is Steffi. Steffi walks in, and she takes one look at the room, and she just knows. She sees Ridge's furious face. She sees Ivy sobbing hysterically. She sees Daphne cowering in the corner. And Steffi is just so cold. She is the co-CEO. She is the boss. And like I said before, she is already at her absolute limit with all the drama in this building. She is sick of Electra's tantrums. She is sick of the Logan feud. She is sick of Taylor's bad choices. Steffi does not even ask what happened. She just looks at Ridge, and Ridge tells her what Ivy did. He tells her about the trap. He tells her about the letter, and Steffi's reaction is just chilling. She does not show an ounce of sympathy for Ivy. She does not care that they are cousins. She just pulls out her phone and she calls security. She literally orders the security guards to come to the design room immediately. She tells them to escort Ivy out of the building. She tells them to make sure Ivy never gets past the front desk again. It is the ultimate humiliation. Getting tossed out of your own family's legacy by security guards, but Steffi is not playing around anymore. She wants the toxicity gone. And right now, Ivy is the most toxic person in the room. Ivy's just sobbing uncontrollably now. She is begging Steffi, please, Steffi, don't do this. We are family. But Steffi just turns her back on her. She tells Ivy that family does not destroy each other for sport. And the security guards arrive. They literally have to take Ivy by the arms and they walk her out. They march her down the hallway, past all the employees, past the showroom where Elektra and Dylan are probably still fighting. It is a complete and total walk of shame. Ivy Forrester is out, but the drama is not over, because right as Ivy is being dragged away, Brooke Logan walks into the room. Brooke had been looking for Ridge, probably to talk about the disaster with Katie and Bill. And she walks into this scene of absolute devastation. She sees Daphne crying. She sees Ridge pacing like a caged animal. She sees Steffi looking like an ice queen. And Ridge tells Brooke what happened. He tells her what Ivy did to Will and Elektra. And Brooke just gasps. She puts her hand over her mouth. She is completely shocked. She is disappointed in Ivy, of course. But Brooke is smart. Brooke sees the bigger picture instantly. She looks at Ridge, and her eyes are just filled with this deep, terrifying concern, because Brooke knows what this means. Will Spencer is Bill Spencer's son. Bill is already in a furious, nasty feud with Ridge and Brooke over Katie's fashion line and Eric's designs. Bill is already claiming that the Forresters are treating the Logans like garbage. Bill is already out for blood. And now Bill is going to find out that a Forrester, a member of Ridge's family, intentionally manipulated and tortured his son. Ivy set a trap to break Will's heart. She stole his private letter. She played games with his life. When Bill finds out about this, he is going to lose his mind. Brooke knows it. Ridge knows it. The silence in the room is just deafening. It is a dead heavy silence, because they all realize that Ivy did not just ruin a relationship. She just handed Bill Spencer the ultimate weapon. She just poured gasoline on a fire that was already burning out of control. This is no longer just a fight about fashion designs. This is personal. This is about a father protecting his son from the evil Forresters. Bill is going to use this to destroy them. He is going to use it to justify everything he is doing with Katie's line. He is going to go to war. A brutal tan caulk war between the Spencer and Forrester families. And what about the kids? What is going to happen to them? Elektra has been walking around acting like a complete lunatic. She has been screaming at Dylan. She has been demanding Dylan quit her job. She has been so hateful. And all of it was based on a lie. She thought Will betrayed her. She thought Dylan stole him. But it was all Ivy. When Elektra finds out that her own cousin, the person she was venting to, is the one who ruined her life, Elektra is going to have a massive breakdown. The guilt she is going to feel for how she treated Dylan is going to be immense. And Will, he has been fighting with his parents. He has been fighting with RJ. He thought Elektra just didn't want him anymore. He even admitted to kissing Dylan because he thought it was over. And now he is going to find out that he was robbed. He was robbed of his relationship by Ivy. He is going to be so angry, and he is probably going to team up with his dad, which is exactly what Ridge does not want. And RJ has been catching feelings for Elektra. He has been talking to Eric about his crush. He has been fighting with Will over her. But now RJ is just collateral damage, because if Will and Elektra find out the truth, they might try to reunite. And RJ is going to be left in the dust. Plus, RJ is a Forrester. Will is going to hate all the Forresters now. And Dylan has been taking so much abuse from Elektra. She was just trying to start her new job at Forrester. She was just trying to be a receptionist, and she was getting screamed at daily. But Dylan is actually the innocent victim here too. She got pulled into this mess, and she might even feel bad for Electra now. Or maybe she will just be glad the truth is out. The ramifications of this one confession are just staggering. It touches every single storyline right now. It connects the Katie Brooke feud with the Electra Dylan feud. It brings Bill Spencer right into the crosshairs of Ridge's family drama. I just cannot stop thinking about the look on Brooke's face. She looked at Ridge, and they did not even have to speak. They both knew the storm is coming, and it is going to be a terrifying storm. It is going to rip through Forrester Creations and Spencer Publications and leave nothing but wreckage behind. And Steffy is going to have to deal with the fallout. He is going to have to explain to everyone why Ivy was thrown out by security. She is going to have to manage Electra's inevitable meltdown. She is going to have to protect the company from Bill's wrath. And she still has to deal with Taylor and Deacon. I